in the protest for a free country, we've got rulers, we've got rules. It's a ruled country. So when you protest for a free country, you are of course protesting for no rulers and no rules. It's a ruled country because we've got rulers and rules. So to make it a free country, an unruled country, we have to have no rulers and no rules. Because though of the mental control that we're under, we're living in an artificially induced state of consciousness. We're living a gross manipulation of reality, which is inflicted upon the people by the mind control that our rulers have over us. They control all the media, every form of advertising is all corporate run. At one level or another, they control every aspect of a society which is designed as they wish it to be, which is of course to make people think that it's a free country, because otherwise they would rise up, overpower their rulers and get one. So the point is that when you're protesting for a free country, you're protesting for anarchy. But because of the mind control, you can't go about it in that way. Anarchy is no rulers and no rules. Society, dictionary definition, is society without rule. Society without government or law. So, by definition, to protest for a free country, it's a free country. Sorry, it's a ruled country because we've got rulers and rules. We've got rulers and rules, so it's a ruled country. So, by definition, to protest for a free country, you're protesting for no rulers and no rules, which is, of course, anarchy. No rulers and no rules is the definition of a free country. It's the definition of anarchy. Society without government or law. Society without rulers and rules. Society without rule. A ruled society is mad, isn't it? This is where we're at. Society that's ruled with rules is a ruled society. Society without rules, unruled, is not a ruled society, it's a free society. But this is what has been inflicted upon us. So when you're protesting, we are ruled, so you protest to be free. When you're protesting to be free, protesting for a free country, you're protesting for anarchy. Because without anarchy, you'll be ruled. It's like, to protest for night, it has, you're protesting for it to be dark. You know what I mean? But this is the mind control that you have to break through. So anybody that's protesting to be free, and I think we all want to be, don't we? Who doesn't want liberty? We all have this huge will to protest, to fight against it, to protest for a free country, to protest to be free, because that's what we are. But because of the mental control, damage and propaganda that's been done to us, you can't go straight out and protest for anarchy, because they've given being free a name, and that's a system to give being free a name and convince you that you are free under law. But the name they give to being free, they've made it sound awful. So it's like saying, well, if it isn't light, it's dark, and then giving a name for a word for it being dark, and then making that name sound awful and terrible, but it's still alright to live in the dark. It's just a complete mind fuck. It's just madness. So you're protesting for anarchy. You're protesting to be free, and to be free, you have to have no rule. Anarchy, not ruled. To be free, you have to live in a society without rule, or you'd be ruled. Anarchy, society without rule, society without government and law. I mean, this is what's been done to us. This is how bad it is. If you actually protest for the word, that means not being ruled. So you're by definition protesting for being free when you protest for anarchy, because without anarchy you'd be ruled, because anarchy is not being ruled. So when you're protesting for not being ruled, you're actually made to look like a troublemaker, like a hooligan, like someone that's trying to do bad, because the name they've given for not being ruled is almost like a swear word, isn't it? They trick you into thinking that you're free, living under law, under rule, under authority, under control, you know, squashed into the ground with your tax bill, and then given what is being free, given being free a name, made it sound awful. So when you protest for a free country, it's a ruled country because we've got rulers and rules. So to protest for a free country, you're protesting for no rules, no rulers and no rules, which is of course anarchy, society without rule. But you've got to go in it from that way. You know, you've got to protest for, show your protest as a protest for a free country, a protest for being free. It's easy for people to see. You know, you see a sign saying "We are all protesting to be free." It's fairly obvious that we're all protesting to be free, protesting for a free country. It's a ruled country protesting for a free country. It's fairly obvious what you're doing. You're ruled, so you're protesting to be free. But you've got to get that understanding in people's minds first, before you then explain that you're actually protesting for anarchy. Otherwise, that's the why you got to do it. Otherwise, they think that you're like doing something bad. And this is all about getting to the truth, getting to logic and reason, and overcoming the damage that has been done to us. And that's what it's all about. And that is their main trick, to give a free society a name, make it sound awful, so then they can say, oh no, that'd be anarchy. That's actually saying, oh, that'd be free, that'd be terrible. And they actually get people believing it. So this is the damage we have to undo. This is the way that we have to go about undoing the harm that has been done to us. The way to undo the propaganda, undo the trickery, the dishonesty, the deceit, the lies, the damage that has been done to our minds. So when protesting to be free, you are protesting for anarchy, but you have to explain, you have to go around it that way. You can't, if you sit there with a sign saying protesting for anarchy, people are going to probably spit at you. No, this is how we have to go about undoing the harm that has been done to us, and bringing out the truth.